Hello everyone, welcome back to Doom. A little bit of a short part because we basically don't have a level, it's just a boss fight and lots of plot dumping.
Sentinel Prime, they say.
Plot
Sounds
dump,
like an
plot dump.
Autobot to me.
Oh, it is actually.
What?
Yeah,
There-
there's an Autobot named Sentinel Prime.
There is an Autobot. He was the bad guy in the third Michael Bay movie.
Oh.
Cool.
Shut up! I like
Ev-
Transformers. Okay.
Everyone bows to us here, it's great.
So
Bow to
these
the
are the
Autobot.
angels who are definitely not evil for sure.
Well, that guy was. These guys are kind of just a different alien race that are humanoid.
Okay.
And
there-
they encountered the angels before we did.
Yeah. So, the lore implies that humans came from these guys. Like,
Oh, it's one of those
They went out to-
plots.
they went out to colonize a bunch of planets, and one of them being Earth.
Okay.
It's one of those plots.
So, the idea is. Oh wait, actually, I'll save it till after this cutscene because it's stupid in a good way.
So
hope
we
you like
already
the
know
color
to be
yellow.
suspicious of these guys at this point, though, right?
Well, no, we know the consequences of what we're doing to begin with.
Well, what are
Yeah.
we trying to do right now?
Find the last Hell Priest and kill him.
Okay.
We found him in the valley, just outside the castle.
This is right after Doom 64, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I screamed so loud
It's
because it's so stupid.
It's the old helmet. Also, comic lines.
Kill them. Must kill them all.
He has fight in him yet. In spite of
Yeah, it's weird how they made the comic like canon in a sense.
let him be judged.
The comic also had this really weird, like, environmental message shoved into it. I don't see that in this game.
Huh.
There was like
Yeah, the
this whole page in the comic dedicated to, oh, look at all this toxic waste. It's such a shame that the next generation will have to deal with this.
Sounds like modern day Republicans.
Oh no!
Oh, it's like in the 90s, one of the major environmental concerns that was still being talked a ton about was dumping waste without proper disposal into the environment, wasn't it?
Captain Planet, he's a hero.
Yeah.
And not that that isn't a problem, but there's other things going on at the moment, like the planet literally being on fire, that we also have to worry about.
Oh well.
I'm sure
And
that's
this-
not
the-
a
the-
problem.
that line there is a bit confusing to me because is she implying that she's going to give him back the rabbit?
That's what I got from that line. Because the only thing that it's implied that Doom Guy misses is his
It's
rabbit.
Daisy. Yeah.
But even then, like,
He has another
If-
one.
well, that too. But if he gets Daisy back, then everything he's fighting for is for nothing.
I mean, he could just fight stuff because it's fun.
It's just intergalactic John Wick at this point.
I mean, yes.
Yay.
Ah, good old secrets.
I mean, the secrets in the stage are basically non-existent because it's just a linear hallway
Yeah.
until you get to the boss.
Yeah.
It's about the atmosphere.
I mean, that's what it's going for, but it's also like, this is Doom.
I'd say that it handles it all right. I mean, I'd say better than Doom 3, but that's a really low bar.
I mean, it's kind of like when you're playing Portal 2 and you get to that long ass sequence with with potatoes.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
And it's really interesting the first time through, but then when you're replaying the game, not so much.
Thankfully, I'd say that this isn't that bad because if you've done this level before, you can basically just run right to the end. You don't have to stop and listen or anything.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad. It is kind of bad.
So it's the
It's just really not the tone you're supposed to have for a Doom game.
so
like
it's
this.
like
Yeah.
so it's the hidden palace zone of Doom is what you're saying to me.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Which one's Hidden Palace Zone again? Was that Sonic 3?
Sonic I'm talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, yeah. Toward the end.
Yeah.
After you complete
It's It's just you go to the end and you fight Knuckles.
Yeah, after you complete.
Oh yeah, that level.
After you complete Lava Reef, but before you start Sky Sanctuary, there's this little level that's not really a level. You just walk through it. Knuckles is there, and then a cutscene plays.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty accurate to this level.
Only this is a lot slower because it's not Sonic.
Knuckles is a floating yellow thingy.
No, this
Can
would
be if
that
you try
guy, I
hard
guess.
enough.
Then who's Knuckles?
The guy we're gonna fight at the end of the stage, obviously.
Hell yeah. Fun Easter egg in one of those cages is Daisy.
Is Daisy, yeah.
Oh no!
Well, no, she's not with anything. She's just in there by herself.
Yeah, but she's locked up.
Let her go.
No, is it the rabbit? Is it behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit.
Oh, it's so weird. That little like wall carving thing we're looking at right now. This came with the collector's edition as a poster. For some reason, out of all the other things in this game that they could make a poster, it was that.
Interesting.
He said the thing.
I like how he's officially Doom Guy in the subtitles.
You'll make a fine addition to the front line.
So yeah, story-wise, they found him. It's like, okay, he's at death's door. Just throw him in the arena so he can die with honor. Then he somehow beats everyone.
Yeah, so the lore that they have is like if they find an outsider, they send them to the gladiatorial arena where all the prisoners fight, and if one of them wins, then they get recruited into their army. And then that's exactly what happened to Doom Guy.
Cool.
And due to things we will see later, he basically becomes their de facto leader.
Tuna.
The hell is that?
Hell house.
It's a face.
Cool.
With a man behind him.
Oh. Also cool. I
Patrick
guess.
Star.
So he plays basically like the Marauder you just fought.
Can't wait for this
fun-
guy to be a returning enemy.
Is he a returning
fun-
enemy?
No.
No.
Oh.
Fun little detail about this: there is like an official like language in this game for all the other races and stuff. So the Sentinels that are like screaming as part of the soundtrack are actually screaming "rip and tear" in their language.
Yeah, I think the composer created the language, and all he did was like take syllables of the names of all the demons and stuff, and was like, all right, man, Kubus, that's 3 words.
No, Tolkien, that guy. You know.
No, not really.
I mean, it's a cool detail. I'm just dicking around, really.
I mean, it's hard to be Tolkien when Tolkien wrote the stories to explain the languages rather than the other way around.
That is very true. Yes.
Because he was a linguist and a literature teacher by trade, and just making up languages is just a fun thing he did, just in his free time. So he made the stories to just give him a reason to make the languages in the first place.
It was a little bit more complicated than that, but essentially you're not wrong.
But yeah, he does his little glowy eye thing. You counterattack. That's about this fight in a nutshell.
Yay.
Its attack windup is really fast.
Yeah, you need to have really good reaction time with this boss.
This feels like a boss that would be substantially easier with a mouse and keyboard.
Yes.
And not for the usual reasons of precision aiming, but more just because it's easier to strafe and dodge and shoot at the same time with that control setup than it is with a controller.
Yeah, it really feels like this game was made with keyboard and mouse in mind first, rather than 2016. That kind of feels like it was made with a controller in mind for the most part.
Yeah, that's
'Cause-
something interesting is how well, do we know specifically how well Doom did on console versus on PC? Hold on, actually, you know what? We have
Probably find the numbers.
It's just
Yeah.
it's a little weird for this game in particular because one of the things that people remember Doom for is it being fast-paced and you're not really having to aim all that much when you're fighting. It's more about running and gunning, really, than
Okay.
precision.
So this is slightly, this information has some grain of salt, but in 2016, or I think 2017, sorry, between 2016 and 2017, the PS4 version sold about 1.43, the PC sold about 1.37, and the Xbox One sold about 730K. So more
Pretty
people
even
on
spread.
average played it with a controller, but there was still a large population that played it on PC with mouse and keyboard, and considering that data is very old, we don't know if that could or could not be the highest.
I mean, also the fact that on PC you could plug in an Xbox or PS4 controller and have it work.
Oh yeah, that's true, and I don't know if they have like controller
Maybe it's
data.
maybe it's because I'm a filthy PC gamer, but that's more console sales than I expected.
I mean, it's not. I think it's not really too out of left field because we have to forget that there. I feel like entrenched gamers tend to forget how many casual gamers there are really.
And Doom is regardless of whatever quality comes out from it, Doom is kind of one of the big boys from back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So it's
like,
going to get attention no matter what.
yeah, it's the same as Zelda or Mario. Where like it will sell copies with quote unquote normies, even though it is highly regarded by gaming people. Versus, I feel like Doom doesn't have that sort of reputation. Versus something like Call of Duty and Halo, to a lesser extent than Call of Duty, but more than Doom. People sort of assume, oh, those games aren't something that quote unquote real gamers play as much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of less enfranchised gamers play Doom. So
Yeah,
it
that's
makes
fair.
a good amount of sense. I mean, I feel like we're gonna see more PC game sales go up as the line between a console and a PC.
Yeah,
Just-
especially with like the Xbox Series X or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it also doesn't help that
Nuclear jump rope time.
Yeah, nuclear jump rope. Yeah,
what
we
kind
haven't
of
talked
Mario
about this
Party
yet,
bullshit is that?
but yeah, just yesterday at the time of this recording, Microsoft bought Bethesda for $7.5 billion.
Yep. I was just about to bring that up.
Yeah.
Doom is now a Microsoft property.
Yay! Xbox has
Bit
more
weird.
shooters on its exclusive lineup.
Well, more.
Well, it's getting a bit concerning that I think they bought in the last 2 years, Microsoft's bought I think 15 different studios.
Well, I mean, they said they were going to do that.
On the other
that was part
hand-
of their E3 a year or two ago.
On-
was, we're going to buy these companies so that we can have more exclusives.
On the other hand, though, Bethesda is one of the scummiest companies out there, so there's nowhere to go from where they are. So if there's another company holding the reins, I am not going to complain.
I mean, maybe their quality standard will go up.
Yeah,
One can hope.
hopefully also less stuff like Fallout 76, where they just release an unfinished game.
Also,
But not in the typical Bethesda manner of unfinished.
it kind of makes sense for Microsoft to get a hold of Bethesda because PC and Xbox are where the Elder Scrolls games are best well known.
Effectively, they spent $7.5 billion to prevent Elder Scrolls and Fallout to be ported to PlayStation. That's really all they did. What they did.
Yeah.
But I want Skyrim on my Alexa.
Todd Howard appears in your Twitter timeline. You got making jokes about having to buy Skyrim every generation, but now with Game Pass, you'll be paying for Skyrim every month until the end of time.
Oh God! Oh God! No! That criminal genius.
Joke's on them. I already have Skyrim on my PS4, so
I mean, to be fair though, you also get to play Dragon Quest XI-S Echoes of an Elusive Age Definitive Edition, registered trademark, if you get the Game Pass. So
God.
We'll see you in the next part of Doom.